audience is predominantly Canadian, and so when we read a story that it says that she touched the hem of his garment, I mean, we think of the hem on the clothes that we wear today, whether it's the hem of a lady's dress or the pants we're wearing today, they have hems. And if that's all it is, then what's so special about the hem? Well, we go back to the original language, first of all, to the Greek language. And we understand the word there that's used is the word kraspadon. And kraspadon doesn't mean hem, it actually means a twisted piece of wool in the shape of a tassel. How many people here understand that Jesus was not a Christian? And they look at you shocked. So what do you mean? Well, he was a Jew. Well, what does that mean? Well, the command in the book of Numbers is that every Jewish male would wear a shawl. He would wear a garment, and on the four corners of that garment, he would place that there. Numbers 15, 15 verses 37, 38, talk about every male putting these tassels on the corners of the garments with a blue cord through it.
Yeah, the blue cord right here. I was surprised you had one with a blue cord because that's not common anymore.
No, they're very hard to find. Yeah. And so in the Greek, the word for garment or hem was twisted piece of wool. Yeah. And now in the Hebrew, you go to it and it says that you are to place kanaf on the corner of the garment. And kanaf is a very interesting Hebrew word because it doesn't actually mean tassel.
No.
No. And so you say, well, why God, why did he choose that word? And it's actually the word wing.
Wing, that's right.
In Hebrew, like the wings of an angel, the wings of a bird.
Yeah.
And so these are called now the wings of the garment.
Verse 27, when she had heard of Jesus, came in the press behind. Luke came behind him. So just when she had heard of Jesus, that needs to go first. Matthew has came behind him. So Mark by itself then. When she had heard of Jesus, came in the press behind and touched his garment. Matthew just has came behind him and touched. So came is both in the press behind him. That's how I can do it. Came from both. Luke came behind him. So came is all three. In the press is Mark. Behind. Luke behind him. Matthew and Luke both have him, but they're both in italics. I'll just put it in. Behind is all three, but him is Matthew, Luke. Matthew and touched the hem of his garment. That's the tassel, the tzit-tzit. I heard from Joe Amaral that it actually means wings, the wings of his garment, of his prayer shawl. The prophecy says there will be healing in his wings. Matthew and touched the hem of his garment. Mark is just and touched his garment. Luke and touched the border of his garment. So Mark is by himself, just saying and touched his garment. Luke says the border of his garment. Border versus hem of his garment. I've heard about this a whole lot. It's talking about the corner, that fringe that sticks off on the side. It's a tassel, it's a tzit-tzit. So I don't know if either of these words actually fit here. Hem or border. The border you can imagine as the entirety of the outside, the very outermost portions of the garment. The hem, I guess that might also be all around as well. Like on a piece of clothing nowadays, the hem is on all the outsides, so I guess that would be the border. If I was going to retranslate this, I would just put the wing, but this is not a retranslation, so I can't do that. This has to be either hem or border. Hem seems to be a little bit closer towards a purposed portion. There's an actual design piece in this garment. The border could just be, even if there was no hem, if there was no end, you could just say the border is just the outside. It could be anywhere around the outside. But the hem, something was done to make a hem, and something is done to make a tassel. So it's a bit closer. I'll go with hem. And touched is all three. And touched. Matthew and Luke both have the word the. Now, Matthew only. Hem. Matthew, of his garment. Luke, of his garment. Mark, his garment. So of is orange. And then his garment is all three.